All right. All right. Good morning, gang. It's a little bright out, so I hope you don't mind the sunglasses. So there are sub 330 marathon is a big milestone, okay, for a lot of folks, male and female. And I want to share 6 workouts and strategies to help you achieve that. So whether you're an athlete or a coach, I think you'll find this stuff valuable. And please subscribe to this channel, by the way. If you find the content valuable, I've got 400 videos for free for you on this channel. And it's from 800-meter training all the way up to the marathon, and a lot of things in between, the workouts and everything else. So if you find it valuable, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's a gesture that shows that you appreciate the content, and I want to continue to put out good content for you on a consistent basis. So, and I thank you for that. I do. I have memberships available just for those that don't know, for those that want direct access to me. I'm coaching for about past 2 decades, former competitive runner as well. But the memberships are for people who want direct access to me with live streams, and we can coaching clinics, anything like that, so we can break down any kind of training that you want. And once a month, every month, you remember, you get another 1 hour live stream. You also get bonus content as well, because members only content videos that only members see. But you have the ability to break down any type of training for yourself or your athletes and do anything like that, and kind of your coaching and your training as well. So you have extra, obviously, access to a lot of different things as a member. So please consider it if you're interested in it. Now let's talk about 6 workouts for sub 330 marathon. You'll see them pop up on the screen here as slides. And please don't mind the noise in the background. I'm having some work done to my house, so hopefully it's not loud. Obviously, the long run is one of the key options for a marathon. At this point, you're looking at maybe between 18 and 22 miles in distance. And it's a lot of different variations too. Rolling, flat, progression, and simulate. What do I mean by that? Well, depending on the type of marathon you're racing, and obviously it's a good idea to know what type of course it is. Running some flat long runs will help you not only lock into a certain pace, but it doesn't beat you up as much as some other areas do as well. So a rolling long run helps simulate a rolling course. So rolling and simulating the course as much as you possibly can is a good idea. Flat, obviously, you can lock into a pace for an extended period of time. There won't be as much fluctuation in pace as a rolling long run would. Now, if you have the ability to do a lot of the stuff on soft surfaces, you definitely want to take advantage of that as well. It's much more forgiving on the legs. You can come back sooner for the next type of workout as well. So it allows you to kind of add some things and put some more variation into your training if you do it on soft surfaces. But they're not always available. Sometimes you have to do them on the pavement, and it is what it is. So progression, let's just say your first 10 miles are steady, second 10 miles are progressively faster. Each 5 miles you get a little bit faster in segments. So it's teaching you how to run a little bit faster as it goes on. That's where a lot of the workouts I design in my training and prescribe for athletes should be as well. And again, the idea of the marathon is to run, hold your pace as best you can, decelerate less than everybody else. And in a perfect world, obviously accelerate. If you can negative split a marathon, that's a pretty good thing. Pretty good thing. And lastly, simulate. What I mean by that, well, let's just say that same 20-mile run, you do 10 steady at our easy steady pace, and then the last 10 you're running at goal marathon pace. You need to know what it feels like to run goal marathon pace for a long period of time, whether it's in the beginning of a long run or the middle of a long run or the end of a long run. Simulating as best you can, not only in long runs but in other workouts, is an important part of your training. So long runs, again, a lot of different ways. How to schedule them is important. When to schedule them and what to do around it is obviously an important part of your training as well. But the long run is one of the most key pieces of marathon training. Okay, next up, you're going to see another slide. The workout should pop up in a second. This is, I have it broken up into pieces here, throwing variety into the training. So 2 sets. You do 3 miles at marathon pace. Okay, and this you're looking at maybe 749 to 750 per mile for a sub 330 marathon. And again, I'm training you to run basically a 325, not a 329.30. If you have an off day, I want you to have a little bit of a margin of error, some cushion there. So that's why 749 to 750 per mile is the goal here. So 3 miles at goal marathon pace. You take a 5-minute active recovery. Then you do 4 times 400-meter uphill runs. Okay, that can take anywhere. Let's just say it's 2 minutes. Okay, a little bit longer uphill, and you jog down nice and easy. You repeat again. You rest 5 minutes after the final hill, and then you repeat it again, 3 miles at marathon pace, and then 4 times a 400-meter uphill again. And again, the uphill, the pace is going to be obviously a little bit different than marathon pace, but you're working on effort, just staying upright, focusing on pumping your arms, lifting your knees, and attacking the uphill. Okay, this throws variety. You got your marathon pace, and then you have the hills. It throws some fatigue into the legs, but then shows you how to return to marathon pace when you're fatigued from the hills. And this is also a good way to do it if the course is rolling. the middle of the course is rolling and then you want to lock back in the pace. This kind of helps you simulate those types of things. Okay. So that's, again, 2 sets, and you have 8 miles of total volume running here. And this is in between a warm up and a cool down. So it's a tough workout, but you're building towards these things. Remember, not everybody can do these things right away. So the next slide that's going to pop up, you'll see in 1 second, is a different type of workout. Okay. And a lot of these workouts are different when it comes to marathon training. Not every workout needs to be long. Not every workout needs to be this or that. So you'll see here, this is a speed fartlek. Speed fartleks are an important part of marathon training as well. The faster you run, you're helping with your stride pattern, your stride efficiency, okay, and helping the longer stuff become easier, while the longer stuff helps the speed fartleks become easier. The speed fartlek, you're progressing from half marathon pace to 10K pace. So the first time you do this workout, it's a twice. You do a workout early to mid-season, then you do it again mid to late season. So the first time you do 22 times 1 minute hard and 1 minute easy. So it's 44 minutes of continuous running, 22 of which are fast. Okay, you'll see here you progress from 7:32 to 7:10 per mile, which is half marathon down to 10K pace, or if you prefer kilometers, 4:40 down to 4 per kilometer. And then you repeat the workout again, but now we're adding some volume to it. Okay, you can cut recovery, you can add speed, but I like to add volume when it comes to this type of stuff, particularly as it pertains to marathon training. So the second time you do it 11 times 2 minute hard, 1 minute easy. Okay, and the easy efforts are just easy jogs. Okay, and again, obviously this is sandwiched again between a warm up and a cool down, or you can be part of like a semi long run midweek that's just continuously right into the workout itself. So it's completely up to you whether you feel that's more appropriate. Whether you're a coach or an athlete, you have your preference is your preference. So the second time you do it 11 times 2 minute hard, 1 minute easy. So again, now the whole workout itself is 22 minutes of hard running. Okay, the same as the first time, but now you're doing longer repeats. Okay, and now we're doing it with the 1 minute recovery. So now it's 33 minutes of total running. So the workout itself is shorter in terms of time, but you're running more quality. Okay. Same thing, 7:32 to 7:10 per mile, or 4:40 to 4:28 per kilometer. So this is a great workout to do. Really, really is a great workout. Now, next up, you'll see a different type of workout. And again, I like to give variety of training because it's some short stuff, some medium stuff, some variation plus some long stuff. They're all key components to marathon training. Okay, now this is a staple. 4 times a 2 mile. You take a 3 minute recovery, and the goal is to run them at 2 of them at marathon pace and 2 of them at half marathon pace. So you see the first one here. 2 of them at 7:49 to 7:50 per mile, or 4:51 to 4:52 per kilometer. 3 minute recovery throughout the whole thing. Then you do 2 at half marathon pace, which is 7:31 to 7:32 per mile, or 4:40 to 4:42 per kilometer. Again, sandwich between a warm up and a cool down. Okay, strides if you need to do strides as well. It's 8 miles of total running, and again, you're building up to this. So if you can only do 2, you can only do 2. And you can get to 3, and then you can get to 4. Okay, this one is a great workout that I prescribe for a lot of my runners. Okay, this is a 14 to 15 mile simulation run. I generally recommend people try to find a half marathon about 5 to 6 weeks out to gauge their fitness. And if they can't find one, the simulation run is key as well. And your goal is to run a 14 to 15 mile simulation run about 5 weekends out from the goal race, as you see here. Okay, at 7:49 to 7:50 per mile at goal marathon pace. That'll give you a really good idea of how close you are or how close you're not to the goal marathon. So 7:49 to 7:50 per mile, 4:51 to 4:52 per kilometer. And again, you could do a 2 to 3 mile warm up, 2 to 3 mile cool down, and all of a sudden you have 19 to 21 miles or ish for the day. So it's a long run weekend as well. So, and it's the same thing I would prescribe for people who are running a half marathon to do like a 3 mile warm up and a 3 mile cool down to get about 19 miles for the day. Okay. So 14 to 15 mile simulation run is an absolutely critical piece if you're not running a half marathon about 5 to 6 weeks out. Okay. And lastly, this is a cut down workout. Okay. A 5K, 4K, 3K, 2K, 1K. Okay. It's 15 kilometers worth of running. It's about a little over 9 miles worth of running. It goes as such. Okay. The 5K is a marathon pace with a 6 minute recovery, 7:49 to 7:50 per mile. 4K at marathon pace with a 5 minute recovery, same 7:49 to 7:50 per mile. Then we drop down to the 3K, but it's at half marathon pace with a 4 minute recovery at 7:31 to 7:32 per mile. And then a 2 kilometer at 10K pace with a 3 minute recovery, 7:10 to 7:12 per mile. And you finish off with 1K at 5K pace, which is 6:54 to 6:55 per mile. Now, this is an intense training is key. Okay. Absolutely key. And again, only the fit ones I recommend do that. It's a very tough workout. It's going to require a good amount of recovery time afterward. But if you can get to the point where you can handle that, you're in pretty good shape. You can get to the point where you can handle the simulation run or the 2-mile repeats at go marathon pace and half marathon pace, you are in good shape. But again, these are things that you're building towards over time. So coaches, it's up to you to decide what type of volume is most appropriate for yourself and for your athletes, right? And what people can handle, what they can't handle. This is why I say a lot. This is where coaching with the eyes is just as important as coaching with the stopwatch. Learning your athletes, learning yourself. So in these types of workouts help you do that, and how to build easy runs and everything around it. How often do you do these things is an important component to the training. And like I said, if you need personalized help with that, you have memberships available. And feel free to reach out to me directly, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. I answer emails, answer questions, load up the comment section in these videos. If you have feedback as well, if you have questions of your own, I check them. I check my messages and all. I check the comments and I check my email. So you have me available to you. So, but those are the 6 workouts. Let me know what you think. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll talk to you next time.